and the EU Act, and we are trying to go beyond, regurgitating the challenges that come out of GBV, but to find practical solutions and respond appropriately, as we shall see in the course of the facilitation. Every right has a cost, and there is no way you can implement any rights or enjoy the freedom without a resource outlay. But the challenge has been that resources are scarce and human needs are unlimited. How do you package the requests for resources against gender discrimination and gender-based violence in such a way that it can be seen as a priority by policymakers who take allocative decisions? Because if it is not seen as a priority in this period of scarce resources, it is not going to command attention and sufficient funding will not come. If you also look at the budget, Ministry of Women Affairs, a lot of agencies dealing on gender, you see budgets that are not sharp. The word I use is sharp or smart in terms of saying exactly what is appealing. Simply saying women's empowerment and putting 100 million naira here doesn't say anything. It's as nebulous as, and if I'm sitting somewhere, the person to make a decision, and you come to me and call something empowerment, the first thing I will ask you to do, tell me exactly what you want to do. And if you still have that level of empowerment, I may not approve it, because it doesn't say much. So we are here to see how we can sharpen, the process itself for preparing budgets that have something to do with GBV. Monday, Tuesday, we were here with representatives of MDAs. We are here with people from the Ministry of Women Affairs, Ministry of Justice, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, National Orientation Agency, Law Reform Commission, and a host of other agencies. The house was full. We finished for MDAs yesterday. And today, because we believe it takes two to tango, there's a demand on the supply side. That's why we have civil society here. Of course, we've worked on a manual to make sure that there is some documentation that will be taken home after these deliberations for us to be able to look at it. And whenever we want to do interventions, then we can look back and see something we can fall back on. Essentially, what all of you said, if I got it right, is that somebody says somehow he's trying to find out whether there's really a connection between the budgets or budgeting and GBV. And then most of the others are saying they want to see that link. How exactly could we use the budget to improve the struggle against GBV? And another person talked about new strategies, meaning that already know some strategies, at least some new ones. And then there's also the question of how do we assist violated women. Of course, we discuss issues around children and people living with disabilities and vulnerabilities in this workshop as well. So I want to welcome you on behalf of the Center for Social Justice and our partners in the EU Act, and I hope we are going to have a very robust and nice discussion over the next 2 days. But before we start, we have a tradition of sharing a pre-evaluation, workshop evaluation form, which helps us to know, to find out what exactly do you know about the subject. At the end, we will still do another evaluation, and that will help us to also find out what was the impact of our facilitation. Yeah, so that's